look up, then click the Academy button for free info on how to make huge money flipping houses.
All right, I'm Kimberly Yates. I'm with Century 21, been there 10 years, have a team of about 10 agents and clericals. I'm the #1 agent for Century 21 for the state of Georgia. You know, we've been top 10, top 20 across the nation over the last 3-4 years. Peter Vekselman had a connection in the area, being a successful investor in his coaching program. Working with Peter, you will be as successful as you want to be working with Peter. He is going to be there to answer your questions, to hold your hand, you know, in his coaching program. And there's not very many scenarios that he hasn't been familiar with. He is rock solid when it comes to his knowledge, and you know, he's always available. He takes his job very seriously. But again, you know, whatever an investor would want to put into the business, with Peter's help, you know, Peter will get him to the level that investor is looking forward.
Hi, Peter Vekselman. So today I want to talk to you about the importance of knowing your numbers, especially as it relates to the numbers of doing deals. You know, one of the things I see so many times is investors putting deals together. Could be wholesale deals, it could be buy and hold, it could be buy, fix, and sell. And they're putting in an inordinate amount of time into these deals. They're putting in more amount of effort, putting an inordinate amount of money into these deals. And then in the end, they're kind of like looking at what they made, and they realize that for the time, the money, the effort, the stress, you know, the risk they put in, you know, when they figure everything out, they're like, you're not making as much as you think you're making. See, in this business, it is very easy to have money literally fall through the cracks. Let me give you an example of a deal that I just did actually in Florida. So if we take a look at this, we sold it for $203,000. Okay, that was the sales price on the contract. But here's the interesting thing. Here's the bottom part of the HUD. And on the bottom part of the HUD, for a $203,000 sales price, I only was able to net out $169,000. Sell it for $203, in the end only make $169. So what happened? That's a $34,000 difference right there. Well, when you start accounting for commissions, when you start accounting, we had to escrow some money for some very unexpected repairs. When you start accounting that the person that bought this from us used a VA loan, and the way VA loans work, buyers only are allowed to pay for certain things. So we have to pay up, basically pay for more closing costs than we had anticipated. So on and on and on and on, you know, $203,000 and net $34,000. If all the way through this process, as this was taking place, we kept very, very tight rein on all of these numbers. You know, we knew before the HUD came out that we're going to have about a $34,000 price drop in there. Again, because we kept very tight rein on what was going on, what was taking place, and in the end, this actually turned out to be a pretty profitable deal for us. But you have to, as you're doing this business, keep track of all your numbers. You got to know where your money is going. You know, it's another thing I see people all the time. They kind of sort of understand, but they really don't understand where their money is going. You know, you'll basically, you know, I do this with investors all the time. You know, we'll take a random $10,000 that went out of their business in a particular month. And then you sit down with them and you talk about that. Well, where exactly did this $10,000 go? And it's conceptual answers like, well, some went to my assistant, you know, some went to some construction, some went to a couple mortgage, you know, some. And when you're in this sum game, what happens almost 100% of the time, you think you're actually spending less than you're actually spending. When you truly account for all the money you're spending, you could realize a $34,000 basically set of, which that's all this is, just set of expenses, they could be gone like that. So keep very, very, very close track of your numbers. Keep very close, be very vigilant of where your money is going. And as you're doing your deals, at any point in time in that deal, you should know exactly where you are financially, and you should have a pretty good idea of where you will end up by the time the closing happens. Try to do that on the deals you're doing with. You'll be surprised just how much money may be going out there without you even realizing.